God, brothers and sisters. It is a singular honor for me to be here with you today. This is not just a labor rally. This is a pro-democracy rally. This is not just about postal jobs. It's about the future of our country.
Stop the coup!
This is a dangerous time in this country. There's something strange going on in this country today. Something dark and sinister. Not only in the fact of the lawlessness and disregard of the Trump administration, but it also lies in the unwillingness of the Republicans in Congress to stand up and prevent that lawlessness.
Vote them out! Vote them out!
Today, together, Americans face a moment of both urgency and of great consequence to the future of our country. And as a representative democracy, over these last 8 weeks of the Trump administration, we've witnessed cracks growing in the foundation of our very democracy. As the Trump administration and its henchman, Elon Musk,
Deport Elon!
fire the NATO babies! Very popular with you guys, I see. Trump and Musk have turned our country away from the founding principles that our country was founded upon.
Yeah!
Some of the most sacred beliefs of our founding documents. The Declaration of Independence, the United States Constitution, the Bill of Rights, have been ignored and discarded by this president. Principles that our previous generations, greatest generations, have established, fought for, and indeed, in some cases, died for.
Yeah. Woo!
Under this administration, they have departed from those sacred principles. We've seen this president attack and disparage the independence of the federal judiciary, defy their rulings, and reject the ruling of law that guarantees all Americans those basic rights that we enjoy and hold dear.
I'm not surprised.
Those rights and privileges are at the root of American exceptionalism, and they are the rights that make us Americans.
Yeah! Woo!
We've witnessed the broadest and deepest attacks in history on federal workers. Many of them, like many of the postal workers, are armed service veterans that valiantly and courageously served this country.
Yeah. Woo!
Trump and Musk have fired more veterans, more federal workers, than any president's administration in the history of this country. Our veterans and federal workers have endured mass firings by email.
Despicable!
Fired by an unelected goon squad run by a billionaire, the richest guy in the world.
Like the oligarchs!
Completely regardless of the loyalty of those employees and the performance that they have done on behalf of our country. We've seen the very idea of public service trampled and degraded. We've seen many of our most talented and promising government researchers fired. And we've also seen the promise of that research in cancer and Alzheimer's devalued discarded, and disrupted. At a time when millions of Americans desperately wait for a cure. And as every family knows who has a parent or a loved one waiting for that cure, for cancer or for Alzheimer's, we have no time to wait. And even on matters where Democrats and Republicans in Congress have had very few differences over the years, this administration has sharply divided us on even those issues. You're afraid! And I speak directly to the medical care and the dignity that we owe to our veterans. And those federal workers who care for our veterans. In this first 8 weeks, the Trump administration has fired more workers at the VA than any president in history.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
High number of VA employees are veterans, like at the post office. President Trump has fired more veterans than any president in history. And now President Trump has announced that he's going to lay off 80,000 more workers at the VA. It should trouble every American. It should trouble every American that even before those layoffs, we had a backlog of 250,000 cases at the VA. Which means that many veterans will have to wait months, if not years, to have their requests for treatment or for benefits. Let us bear in mind that veteran benefits are different. They are special. When we talk about veterans benefits, we're talking about benefits that are owed to courageous veterans for services previously rendered. Each and every one of those veterans that's laying in a hospital bed at the VA has bravely and honorably served this country. They fulfilled their obligations to our country. And in many, many cases, absolutely. And in many, many cases, each and every one of those veterans bears the scars of war, both visible and invisible. And so now comes the time when America is required to fill her sacred promise to be there for those veterans. Yet what does Trump do? Trump begins to lay off the employees, 80,000 employees at the VA, even the employees who man the hotline for the veterans suicide hotline, trying to protect veterans in the midst of a suicide crisis among returning veterans.
Protect our vets!
They're suckers and losers, according to
And sadly, again, every single Republican in Congress has acquiesced to the treatment of our veterans. So now Trump and Musk are coming for the National Association of Letter Carriers. They're coming for our postal workers. They're coming for our mail handlers, for our rural letter carriers, and for our postal supervisors, all of whom I work with down in Washington, D.C. Trump and Musk have also announced plans to lay off 10,000 of your brothers and sisters. I filed the bill 2 weeks ago when we found out what Trump had in mind. H.R. 70. So far, I got 160 brothers and sisters in Congress to sign on that bill, including 8 Republicans, to prevent the organization of the United States Postal Service.
Let's get some more!
Keep it rolling.
You know, it doesn't matter to Donald Trump or Musk that every year for the past 20 years, Postal Service employees have been voted by the American public as the most trusted and most valued of all government employees.
Yeah.
less postal employees than we had 20 years ago because of automation and high-speed sorting machines. And it doesn't matter to Elon Musk that hard-working letter carriers and mail handlers deliver mail and packages to every single home and business in America, from Brockton, Massachusetts to Skinny Dip, Tennessee, where they come up with that one, or Cream Puff, Utah. So no matter where you live, you get your mail 6 days a week for the price of a postage stamp. Instead, we've witnessed a president who has aided and abetted the most powerful private financial interests in the world to come into the government and to wield the levers of this democratic republic for the sole purpose of dismantling the agencies and departments of our government. Agencies, I remind you, that were established by Congress as the directly elected representatives of the people for the specific purpose of protecting American workers and consumers and the very environment in which we live from being exploited by those very same powerful and rich individual private interests. Okay, so we find ourselves in this fight. But I have to be honest with you, it doesn't feel like one fight. It doesn't feel like one fight. It feels, and sometimes it feels like we're allowing Donald Trump and Elon Musk to divide us. And this is their plan. You know, last month down in D.C., we started off, we all went down to the Department of Labor in D.C., and we had a big group of us. And then, you know, a few days later, we went down to the Treasury to oppose the cuts to the IRS workers and folks in Treasury. 2 weeks ago, I had a rally just like this done at the VA in Brockton. A bunch of labor groups came down, God bless them. But, you know, I've got another plan to go down to the Brockton Health Center to try to fight against the cuts to Medicaid. Medicaid, as you know, pays for a lot of the care and treatment of families that are struggling, and also our senior citizens who are in nursing homes. But sometimes it feels like we're not all together on this, and we got to fix that. If there's one bit of advice I want to give to all of us to take home, to talk to your families and your neighbors, is that we need to stick together. Yeah. We really I know we got all different flavors of Democrats in this country. You know, we got the Starbucks Democrats, we got the Dunkin' Donuts Democrats. Woo! I'm a Dunkin' Donuts Democrat, to be honest.
Democrats need to
We
fight
gotta
harder.
be together on this. Look, if we don't support each other and care for each other, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. You need to know that. We need to be together like never before in this country. You know what the threat here is.
United we stand!
You know, we know that federal workers and postal workers have not only stuck by our veterans, but now we need veterans advocates and those people to remember to stand beside and protect our postal workers and our federal workers as well. And together we all need to show love and support for those people that are relying on that Medicaid. That's our fight too.
That's
to
right.
protect those families and to protect our senior citizens
That's
as
right.
well. We have to remember that that fight is our fight.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
And we need to support our local nurses and our staff at our community health centers and hospitals to provide care for those who are relying on that Medicaid.
Yeah.
And educators and folks at the Department of Education that are under assault right now. And they're going after our TSA workers, saying they're not recognizing their ability to collectively bargain with their employer anymore. We need to fight for them. So while Trump and the richest person in the world continue to punch down at the most vulnerable people in our society, you know, wounded veterans, seniors in nursing homes, children, while they continue to punch down at those people, we need to punch up. Yeah! We need to fight for everybody, for all those people, so that no one gets left behind. We fight for all the people who are struggling with both the complexities and the basic necessities of life.
That's
and
right.
Who sometimes think they've been forgotten. Okay, the bottom line is this. In this fight, we know who the clear and present danger to our democracy is. We know exactly who's attacking you. There's no question about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So we cannot afford to be divided. We need to be together.
Where do we stand?
We need everybody. We need to grow our numbers, right? Every one of these rallies got to get bigger and bigger every time we do this. We gotta reach out and support each other. To join this movement, people just need to stand with us, vote with us, march with us, and they just need to love freedom and democracy like we do. That's all they need to do. Fight like hell! 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 Like I said, this is not just a labor rally. This is a pro-democracy rally, like you see in countries all over the world when their democracy is at risk.
We the people.
So the good news is there are a lot of us, a lot more than I just hear today. A lot of people have that fear and they're concerned for their rights, their democracies, and the future for their children. We are the true defenders of democracy. We are the true patriots of democracy. At a time when liberty and democracy actually do hang in the balance, we are stepping up. We are the patriots. You should all be proud that in your hearts the highest hopes for the noblest ideals and the greatest good in this country reside. What Lincoln called the last best hope for mankind. We were made for this. Labor was made for this. This is our opportunity. Look, I know a lot of the postal workers in this city and around the state. I have myself and my family, we've got a long history with the postal workers. As you probably know, my brother-in-law Kevin Conroy, who's out there somewhere, United States Marine Corps, letter carrier. He might have mentioned a couple of thousand times that he's a Marine. He married my sister Nancy. I got 5 sisters. 3 of them work for the post office. Joe Morris, my cousin Joe Morris, a former business agent for Branch 34 over in Dorchester. My mother, Ann Lynch, 30-year member of the American Postal Workers Union. My sister Linda, union steward, American Postal Workers Union. God bless her. My sister Karen, American Postal Workers Union, retired. Thank you for the pension. My Aunt Sis, my Aunt Kay, my Aunt Pat, my cousins Danny, Michael, Billy, Marie, and I'm forgetting about 5 or 6 others. all American Postal Workers Union. When I went to Congress 25 years ago, my family said, you need to get on the Postal Committee. So 25 years ago, I got on the Postal Committee. And I've been working with your leadership up here for the past 25 years, and I'm very proud to do that. So to all our letter carriers and mail handlers and clerks and all our postal employees, you're all patriots.
Yeah.
God bless you, and thank you for what you do every single day. I just want you to know one thing. Your fight is my fight. And this fight is all our fight. So let's get out there and get to work. God bless you all. Thank you. Let's hear it again for Congressman